I'm just trying to do it my way. Stay representing every day. We gon' be straight when we get to heaven's gates. I ain't with the game, stay playing. I ain't stay hating. Yeah, I'm just trying to do it my way. I'm talking about it's been 5 long years and I ain't paid. Damn, I shed so many tears cause of pain. Light a switcher for my pain. Shit ain't been the same ever since the 6th grade. My heart
don't know about that. Okay.
Hey y'all, welcome to Melanination. I'm Nidivine, Nidivine, whatever.
I'm Goldie.
I'm Ken.
I'm Cheetah Rose, y'all. Rear.
I'm Miss Burrows. Fuck it up, full. And so we're gonna start with the news.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, I do want to say from your Melanination family, our condolences to the victims of the Los Angeles shooting. 59 people killed and reportedly, allegedly, nearly 500 injured. And it's also been listed as one of the worst mass shootings in U.S. history. So,
sorry.
Excuse me. Sorry.
No.
Alright, but no. We gonna get inclusive. And I just want to know y'all's thoughts on gun control. Like, after this and after the shooting at Sandtown,
so gun control is tricky because, like, whenever they try to figure out or try to prohibit certain people from getting guns, it usually ends up being people of color first. So it's like we don't want them to overregulate us, you know, when we are not the real problem when it comes to all these different mass shootings and stuff like that. Clearly, a lot of white men are at the head of a lot of these different, you know, mass shootings, like I just said, and we don't want to be the ones that have to be punished for their wrongdoings and stuff like that. So I think it's about, I personally feel like instead of regulating the people, regulate the type of guns that you sell too. You know what I mean?
Nah, I think all guns should be legal.
All of them?
Yes.
Wait, really? AK-47s and all now?
Yes.
Grenade launcher.
Have you ever shot an AK-47?
have you ever shot
have
an
you ever heard
AK-47?
Listen, we're not going to talk about why I haven't had a gun. But
Okay,
what we
so
will talk about is the fact that guns are fun to shoot. And also, I feel like...
Fun? This is how people die. This
But
is
you
how
know what?
kids get killed because guns are so fun.
If someone would have had a gun, they could have went and killed him.
But he had guns and he went and killed them.
What do civilians need assault rifles for?
Well, the Russians come over. The Koreans.
At this point, you guys, I think Goldie no longer gets to say.
What's the Russians?
You're just a white 12-year-old kid who
You know what?
plays
That's
Call of
fair,
Duty
man.
and like calls people niggers on Xbox Live and stuff. So
Okay, but have you ever shot a glizzy?
Have you ever shot it?
Yes.
Why? It's for what?
Hold
Like,
on, do you have your gun license, sir? Are you registered?
I do not have a
Have
gun.
you went through a gun safety protocol?
Have
No.
you been to
You
a
do
gun
not
range?
need a gun.
You just, so where were you shooting?
Why is this important? Anyway, back to this.
All right,
Yes. Why are you not 21 questions
Yeah.
for Goldie? What is the next?
I just want to say, if you're for guns and you feel so ashamed that you can't tell the public where you were shooting guns, who you were shooting at, and why you were shooting for fun, no one should. You know deep
It's
down in
not
your
about
heart
that. I
you
just
should
feel
have a
like
gun.
that's non sequitur. It's just irrelevant to the whole point.
Goldie, I'm actually done with this with you. Okay? So, on a lighter note, for all you sexy little freaks out there and all the sexy little freaks at the table, because y'all know y'all little freaks. All right,
I'm a
so
virgin, bro.
all the males, their little leader, you know, Hugh Hefner, founder of Playboy, he passed away at the age of 91. First of all, that nigga was old as hell. It was his time to go. For me personally, it was his time to go.
Where's the lie?
Look, he has had sex with almost thousands of females. He done lived it up and he made buku loads of money. So he has had houses everywhere, traveled the world. At 91, he should have been in a retirement home.
Bro, his diet consisted of brown liquor and cigars every day.
Look,
like,
this nigga lived long enough for his first wife to be named Mildred and his last wife to be named Crystal. That nigga has lived a full life.
There you go.
It was his time. He is up in heaven with all the bitches and the bunnies.
no, not in heaven with the B words. You can't say that and say heaven is king.
Why would
Yes,
you?
you can.
Why not? Why? I mean, no. Why would you do
Yes.
What? The bitches and the buddies?
When you had to say, actually, I can.
I mean, like, that's it. I mean, congratulations, your wrinkly dick finally fell off. All right,
Oh my God.
All right, keep pushing.
Next on the news, Tom Petty, one of the singers in the Heartbreakers, passed out. He passes. Oh my bad. I'm sorry. Passes away at age 66. I'm sorry, y'all.
We can't be laughing with these people dying.
I'm so sorry. I want to apologize on behalf of the cast.
Yeah, to be fair, we only laughed at one day.
All right, he passed away at 66.
Okay. Yeah, and also we want to send our thoughts and prayers to the people in Puerto Rico after being hit by Hurricane Maria and an earthquake. That is very tragic that they're over there starving and they're begging for surrounding countries, i.e. the U.S., and no one wants to help them.
I.e. their country.
Exactly.
Y'all send help, bro. Like, fine. Don't do no Red Cross, no Salvation Army, none of that shit. Because they out of like the $10 you donate, they're probably gonna get 50 cents. So find other sites.
If that, like Haiti still hasn't seen a shit ton of the money
most
that was
people donate
donated
to like the general fund of the Red Cross.
I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but donate to your own country too, because there's a lot of people. I'm from Atlanta. There's literally a bridge where a bunch of homeless people live underneath. So,
but this is my question to y'all: who do y'all think is responsible for helping them? Like, do y'all think the citizens are responsible for helping themselves?
They don't got shit to help themselves with.
Right.
I mean,
God,
it's
but
the
they
U.S.
are
is
doing what they
responsible.
can.
Like, they're under our jurisdiction. Like, they're our territory. Like,
how you gonna tell somebody who's hungry and wet to do some work to build? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I feel like. A lot of
don't
people
just-
here, no offense, but I feel like everyone's like, oh yeah, let's go help. Why are they doing this to Syria? Why are they doing this to France? Like, what's going on? What's going on? When we got the same type of problems here on a smaller scale, Mom always taught me, don't go out to try to fix people if you can't fix yourselves.
Right.
Clean your house while you try to clean somebody else.
And how do y'all feel about Donald Trump's statement?
Which one?
Right. Basically, when he made, to me, I feel like the comment was racist because I've seen it on Twitter where he basically said they have a lot of workers who can't help themselves. And one of the terms he used, immigrant workers, but they really live here. Well, like, stupid. Like, he says the most racial things.
Bro, I think it's a conspiracy for real. Like, I really do think it's a conspiracy because, like, all this stuff is happening and the U.S. is giving, like, poor help right after Puerto Rico. Like, didn't they have a vote to be independent from the U.S. and they were trying to get away from the U.S.? But we just exploit.
For a minute.
Yeah.
But we just exploit them so much. So I just feel like it's a conspiracy at some level to fuck over Puerto Rico.
Right.
Like most people of color.
Exactly.
it's nothing but standard. It's no conspiracy. It's nothing but standard systematic racism.
I mean, that is a conspiracy. We just usually kind of.
All right. How about we just get a little lighter with some music, you guys?
Yeah.
Just get a little lighter. Got a little tense.
Well, some new songs that everybody should go check out. Honey by Kalani is a real good song. I've heard it. Underachievers by Pax. Ink by Kodak Black. Y'all know I love me some Kodak Black. The Kodak, they don't like to see you winning. They want to see you in the penitentiary.
I do.
I love Kodak Black. The Race Freestyle. I'm guessing Isaiah Rashad wrote this song.
God, TDE.
And My Imagination by Jordan. Y'all should go check out these songs, and we're gonna take a little quick break, and we'll be right back, you guys.
Alright, bro, I'm so sorry, bro.
It's been 5 long years and I ain't paid. Damn, I shed so many tears cause of pain. Light a swisher for my pain. Shit ain't been the same ever since the 6th grade. My homie passed, they put a bullet in his brain. A young nigga from the north side, dreaming of vacations on the short side. Oh my, a mile out during low tide. A 64 Impala just so I can low ride. Yeah, they don't know what they don't know. Nah, they don't know what they don't know. they don't know. Nah, they don't know what they don't know.
I got the juice, yeah, I got a flash, then I gotta go. First I gotta spaz, get my gold teeth, bottom 6. I'm a starting 5 when you ride the bench on that OG. Hello OG, I'm with a bad chick who got cold feet. Never been with a boss like Kobe. A Bryant, they know me. Boss player #1, focus on them numbers, son. Yeah, I got a number crunch, cause I deserve that #1. I'll be here for a minute, nah, I ain't leaving soon. Yeah, I'll be on my grind, time for you to pay your dues.
It's been 5 long years and I ain't paid. Damn, I shed so many tears cause of pain. Light a switcher for my pain. Shit ain't been the same ever since the 6th grade. My homie passed, they put a bullet in his brain. It's been 5 long years and I ain't paid. Damn, I shed so many tears cause of pain. Light a switcher for my pain. Shit ain't been the same ever since the 6th grade. My homie passed, they put a bullet in his brain.
Hit Kaya for the kickbacks, take my flow, you better switch that. You got blow, you better kick that to the curb, cause I ain't with that, yeah, I'm all natural. Surfing through the crowd, hit that whip, then hit that down, cause I be off that loud.
Stay representing that day. We gon' be straight when we get to heaven's gates. I ain't with the games they playin', blame stay hatin'. Yeah, I'm just tryna do it my way. Stay representing that day. We gon' be straight when we get to heaven's gates. I ain't with the games they playin', blame stay hatin'. Yeah, I'm just tryna do it my way. I'm talking about it's been 5 long years and I ain't paid. Damn, I shed so many tears cause of pain. Light a switcher for my pain. Shit ain't been the same ever since the 6th grade. My homie passed, they put a bullet in his brain. It's been 5 long years and I ain't paid. Damn, I shed so many tears cause of pain. Light a switcher for my pain. Shit ain't been the same ever since the 6th grade. My homie passed, they put a bullet in his brain. It's been 5 long years and I ain't paid. Yeah, I'ma get my soul.
Alright, y'all, we are back, and today's topic is the Black Professional. So we know career fair just passed, and everybody's always looking for a job. That's why you're here in the first place, right? So what does it mean to be professional, and do we even want to kind of fit into those kind of constraints, as Black people? Like, how do we navigate the business world, I know that if you have, a certain hair type, it's kind of harder to get a job. I never had, I relaxed my hair for a year. And so when I was in high school, shut up. And so most of the time my hair has been natural and it doesn't always get received well. You know what I mean? I had locks for a little bit. Right. I'm bald now. It doesn't, it's kind of hard to do the whole professional thing. There's so many hoops and stuff like that.
Conform to the guidelines that they have.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think the view of professionalism is starting to change because at one point in time you really couldn't wear certain hair colors, you couldn't have piercings, and you couldn't have tattoos. And a lot of law firms, doctors' offices, they're okay with the tattoos, but they just don't have to be something out there like a big FU on your shoulder.
Right.
And they're very say, okay, if you have a nose piercing, just make sure it's a little ball or something. But how I feel is a lot of businesses, whether it's restaurant, corporate, whatever it is, I feel like they shade a lot when it comes to professional look or how you're supposed to dress or how you're supposed to wear your hair when you come in. Because I feel like a lot of the rules are set in place specifically for Black people.
Not only Black people, but has titties anywhere. I don't. And so she can't wear anything that's not up to her neck without my parents being like, girl, Yeah, and you know, you go into any sort of professional space and you have on something that fits regularly, but people sexualize it because you got an ass and you can't really help it. You know what I mean? Wasn't there a teacher?
I was about to say teacher bang. Yep.
Yeah, and there's been pictures of somebody at a church. Like, is this church appropriate? It's just a woman in a skirt, but she happens to have a booty. Like,
oh yeah, teacher bang. She's from ASU. She graduated from ASU and got a job in Atlanta as a teacher. And she posted a lot of pictures, but the thing is, not in one picture where she nude. She just wore clothes that complimented her body. And now, right now, they're trying to get her out of the school system, saying she's a bad role model.
That's the work of white men. They think that everything is meant for them. They think that everything is sexualized. They think that everything is supposed to make them comfortable. So they set these rules into place that, and since they control, you know, corporate America and all the other like significant seats of power and stuff like that, they can set those rules, and we're gonna have to follow them because they're with the money. We ain't got shit, but they got all the shit. So in order to you know get some of that shit, we gotta do the shit.
We have to think about, like, when it comes to professionalism, this double standard is definitely there because you think like Zuckerberg and Facebook, ain't nobody up at Google in suits for real, you know what I mean?
They all chilled and laid back.
Right, but everybody else, I mean, like, if there were a black business that happened to have everybody dressed like that, you know, we always got to go above and beyond to make sure that we fit these certain standards. And then that brings to the question, like, what really is professionalism? Like, what does that mean?
My thing is, I always had a problem. That's a good question. I'm not gonna sit here and say I know the answer because me personally, I've never been asked that question, so I've never had to put it into a true definition.
What do you think it is?
Well, from what I've seen and heard in the black community, is well, from where I'm from Columbus, Georgia, moved to Atlanta, kind of the same thing. South side of Atlanta, Campbellton Road. It's they like to say you put on your white folks' voice, and my thing is, why does me being professional and well-spoken and politically correct have to make me white? Or in a sense, why does white equate with intelligence and professional, whereas, like you said, a lot of the guidelines are set for black people? Like, why is it just us? Because I know personally I'm natural. I got the boobs, the ass, and everything in between. So, you know, it's really hard for me to be professional, to dress professional, be professional when I don't press my hair. So that means I gotta have it twisted, pulled back, slicked down. I'm losing edges because I'm putting so much Gorilla Glue on it, you know. And then on top of that, I have to wear these clothes that fit too big because if they fit, then you can't wear that.
Yeah.
I have to have a shirt up to here, like, because my cleavage starts here. You know, I ain't got no chest for real. So me personally, I really like this topic because hell, I kind of want to know, like, I'm a Burma student, and it is hard, like, to dress every day, to be told, you can't come into class because you have on a t-shirt instead of a blouse. But if I wear a blouse, then you're mad because now it spreads here, it fits everywhere else. But if it's too big, then it looks sloppy. So, you know, I can't really win for losing.
Right.
So,
I guess for me, because I've always worked in, like, you know, either food or basically customer service, I'm more of that dominant black female. I'm the one that my boss is white and he really hates to put up with me, but I'm a good damn worker. And for me, it's always been, you can't wear that hair color, you can't wear this, yada, yada, yada. But, like, professionalism is supposed to be conducting yourself in a professional manner, whether you're changing the way you speak or you're changing the way you dress. Basically, you're supposed to dress non-provocative and very appropriately. Basically, your Sunday is best, but to a whole extreme. Iron, crisp, cream, everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's professionalism is very subjective, and it's subjective to the person who's in charge, which happens to be white males. And white males historically and still do over-sexualize and sexualize in general black women. So no matter what you do, to them, it's always about having a form of control and what they feel like is comfortable for them.
In a lot of ways, I just feel like professionalism is just trying to make yourself palatable to whoever. And whoever is usually, you know, people are trying to get to appease white people and white men especially and stuff like that. So if your hair is, you know, it's too curly, like it don't look normal, then you gotta straighten it out. If you don't talk a certain way, you gotta straighten that out too. If you're it just all the different constraints.
That's just ingrained too. Like, it really is.
It's
where So many white people, especially that I met, when they see natural hair, they'll be like, oh, you know, if I've seen a dude literally see natural hair on a girl and be like, oh, she's real pretty, but her hair's too wild.
Yeah,
I heard somebody say nappy.
Like, yes, and that bothers me when it comes to natural hair. I mean, I'm not natural myself, but I know the difference between natural and nappy, and it's just like, but her hair's not nappy though. I mean, it's actually pretty neat.
Yeah. This is a side note. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like, and I don't know, all of us, I'm pretty sure someone has heard this, when a person is talking and they may use the vernacular that they usually use in a informal situation, then all of a sudden they're ratchet because they have used such and such term at the wrong time. So, like,
either that or you become a spectacle, depending on the white people.
Yeah, but I want to know why do you have
go,
to,
girl?
No, like,
go ahead.
I feel like, why do people who fail to comply with the rules of professionalism, why do they become deemed ratchet? Just because, you know, I grew up here, so, you know, this is my vernacular. I understand using correct English, but, you know, if I add a little slang to the way I say things, why am I not ratchet?
I'm just trying to figure out why professionalism is just doing your job efficiently and correctly. Like, why does all this have to go into it? Like, I could look like this and, like, pizza stain on my shirt and all, but if I walk up to you and my resume is on point and, like, you call my references and they say that I was, like, the shit, and, like, you see what I can do, then I'm just trying to figure out why all this matters. Why, white men?
Because it's about keeping the pyramid. No, it's for real about keeping the pyramid. Like, they want to keep people who, you know, they view, like, speaking with slang and, you know, like, dressing in sweats and casually and not wearing suits all the time as being ratchet, because they want to, like, that's not what they're used to and that's not what they're comfortable with, but that's their way of saying, okay, y'all are below us. Like, y'all don't, you know, like, for me coming up, I have access to a whole bunch of dress shirts and dress pants and stuff like that. So coming to interviews, I'll have polos on and, like, just regular slacks. But to someone that might be like, oh, you know, he's not really suited up, he's just wearing, like, everyday clothes type stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like what you were saying about the pyramid sort of thing, if you think about it, when it comes to a job, like when you get to your career, you're with the same people every day. And a lot of white people don't really realize it, or a lot of people in general don't really realize it, but a lot of their self-esteem and confidence comes from putting people down. And it's so ingrained that you don't even realize you're doing it, but you got, like, if you're going to the same place every day, you got to find a way to posture yourself as over somebody because you've been told that you're over somebody your whole life. And I feel like that's one reason when you're in an intimate setting like work, I mean, it's not intimate, but you know what I mean, like, you're there every day of the, like, Monday through Friday, they want to be able to posture themselves as better in some sort of way. And I feel like part of that has to do with, like, I'm professional, I have this on, I did something, I've made, you know, I did something with my life. It doesn't even have to be with other coworkers, it's other people outside too, you know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta make yourself feel better about having your regular ass cubicle 9 to 5 that's boring as hell and you really hate it, but at least I'm not as bad as they are, you know what I mean?
So it's like a high school grade school bully now.
Yeah.
Basically, you gotta hurt me and make you feel better.
Basically.
That's extremely sad.
But it's like they out of school, they can't do it in school anymore, so they're gonna do it in real life. Things
That's
are
even
gonna
worse.
stay the same.
Right.
Oh, they've been doing it for 400 years. Why would they stop now?
And so I feel like
because they were so shitty back in the old world. That's why they came over here, because we had all the shit. And, well, not we.
Black folks Kool-Aid been good since the jump.
Right. Honestly, and the Europeans that have shit but barren soil and fucking Black Death, and then they came over where the cool little colored people were. You know, just uprooted their way of life.
Quick question. Do y'all feel like anything is unprofessional yourselves?
Okay, well, me personally, I'm like what she said. Like, if you're doing your work and you get it done, I truly give zero fucks about what you're wearing, who you talk to. You could fuck in the bathroom, but as long as your work gets done,
that might change the way I perceive you. Like, as a person, I might look at you different. You know, I'm
like a hoe, but you get your work.
But you get your shit done, so you know.
It is what it is. Well, everyone, we got a question from one of the viewers.
So the question is, why do Black people have to switch up their tone or cadence when speaking to white hurt people or to sound professional in general.
You don't put your hand down. Please answer.
Okay, viewer, because you was going where I was going with this. All right, so I feel like the reason we feel as though because we don't have to. Truth be told, you really don't have to. But I feel like we've been conditioned to do that just because, kind of what she said, like the white man kind of they run things. They've unverbally. Kind of verbally, sometimes in the workplace, but we've been taught. People come down and tell us, all right, when you get here, you gotta smile, you gotta put on your best face, shoulders up,
you gotta enunciate.
Yes, enunciate each word, pronounce every syllable, every vowel. But I feel like it's more of they're afraid of our uniqueness and the differences that we all have. Like, if she want to come in rocking her short hair with her big African earrings, and she want to have on her little gold flakes, but she one of the top sellers in the firm, there's no reason you need to change up anything you got to say.
But I think the question was also referring to the inner, like what happens in the inner community, like black people, because sometimes we have elders who say, don't wear a dress because you won't get a job, or you need to speak in a certain manner. Well,
because that's what they were taught too. That generation was so concerned with white acceptance that they just confirmed. That's why back in the day, everybody was getting their hair permed. Everybody was wearing wigs.
Michelle Obama.
Like everybody was trying to, because they're
I think it's a safety thing too, though. Like, you have to think. A lot of our parents and grandparents, like, now we see them and we feel like they just too stiff or whatever. But you living through, like, the Black Power movement and the Civil Rights movement, you see what they were doing to people. You live before that, you see what they were. You live after that, you see what they're doing to people. So, like, your way of trying to protect your kids is telling them what they can do and like the minimum they can do to make sure that they can navigate this world without just being completely rejected, because that's scary, what I mean?
That's like, I know for me, we all young as shit, but when it comes to kids, like, it goes our own way. Like, I know me personally, I'm afraid to have a son.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 20 years from now, 30 years, I'm definitely afraid to have a son. Because, like, he's going to have things that he's going to drive. He gets pulled over, I'm not there. Like, that's going to strike fear into my heart. I have brothers right now that strikes fear into my heart every day. My cousin went to the movies and they started shooting. He could have never came home.
I think for me, it's a little bit different. Like, hearing that question and just going through and thinking about it, I feel like it's more of a competitive thing than anything, because you do have some parents that want to raise their son up or raise their daughter up to be able to compete with the white man or the white woman. Like my mom, for example, she set all her kids up to be able to go to HBCUs, but come out just like a PWI student would. Mm-hmm. She wanted us to talk a certain way, wanted us to dress a certain way, but it was to be able to compete with them or either outshine and be like, oh, you know this word, I know this word too. Oh, you can talk like this, baby. I may got a little country accent, country grammar, but as soon as I hit that, that Becky on you and sit like this, you're like, hi, how are you doing today? I can show you that I can compete with you.
All right, if I can. But also, as shitty as the world is, it is evolving into, like, instead of, like, conformism, like, people are looking for individuals more so. So, like, I don't believe in that, like, white voice, like, hood voice, whatever the fuck. Like, really just go in there, like, and be yourself, honestly. Like, no, obviously don't make an ass yourself, but, like, just, like, I'll walk in and also just like this. Of course, not as much profanity and shit, but, be yourself. Jesus loves you, all that good shit.
And so we are going to have a break. We'll come back with more about Black professionalism. Don't forget to send in questions. What's the number, y'all?
679-999-212.
334-56.
Get off this track. I got your bitch waiting on me in the back. Just meet me in the back room.
Meet me in the back room.
It get live in the back
Get
room.
live in the back room.
We gon' fuck in the back room.
Fucking in the back room.
Take it down in the back
Do
room.
not assume.
Just meet me in the back room.
Meet me in the back
It
room.
get live in the back
Get
room.
live in the back
We
room.
gon' fuck in the back room.
Fucking in the back
Take it
room.
down in the back room.
Do not assume.
Go straight to the room, no time for discussions, no assumptions, girl. You know that we fucking beat that pussy up like I'm playing the percussion. concussion. I need some good loving, put that thumb in the butt. So what? I'm a freak, eat that pussy all week. I'm like Bon Appetit when I'm under the sheets. And she want a real freak, so she coming with me. But like Kendrick, this dick ain't free.
This dick ain't free, nah, this dick ain't free. Told her meet me in the back room, that's where I'ma be. I'ma put your ass to work like a college degree. Said she have a boyfriend, but he Kool-Aid sweet. I'ma wear the kitty out like a new white tee. Told her nigga don't be coming where you do not compete. And all my niggas on top like T.O.P. And if a nigga talking down, then he gon' meet his OG. Goddamn, goddamn. Walked in the spot and I'm truly iced down. K-Splash might take it right now. To the back room, cause we going right now.
Just meet me in the back room. If you live in the back room, we gon' fuck in the back room. Take it down in the back room. Just meet me in the back room.
Girl, meet me in the back room.
If you live in the back room,
get live in the back
we
room.
gon' fuck in the back room.
Girl, we fucking in the back
Take
room.
it down in the back
Do
room.
not assume. Girl, meet me in the back room. It's getting live in the back room. Girl, we fucking in the back room. Girl, do not assume.
Baby, don't assume shit. You already know you coming in the back room, you hopping on this dick, you feel me? It's going down tonight in the back room, so just watch it, ho. APS the movement. We up in this thing, we going down. As a matter of fact, I gotta get off this track. I got your bitch waiting on me in the back. Just meet me in the back room.
Dollar bill shit, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man. Fuck the cons and pros, and you claiming you a freak. Well, bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah, I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man. Fuck the cons and pros, and you claiming you a freak. Well, bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah.
Boss shit like Rose, fuck white girls like Coldplay, no cold words, my circle tight. I'm dodging bitches like Olay. Brutus bitch, you knew the shit. I'm in the game, but you new to this. Had to ice out my crucifix. Cold as hell, fuck a sale. Easy money like KD. Went for round around with no AC. The drop tops and big APs. No 6 to 9, she just ate me. I'll be high when I'm 18. The difference is our differences. I don't give a fuck and you sensitive. Like baby ass, but you full of shit. Hop out the coupe with a handful of loot and a freak on my side that smoke just like I do. She bout that action like Piggy, I chew. Blessing the pussy every time I'm through. I leave a murder scene, I straight up murder teams. Big rasta blunts for the smaller things. Dropping ashes on my bum G's. How the fuck you a bus and you don't own a team? Nigga, you
Okay,
pussy.
now I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man. Fuck the cons and pros, and you claiming you a freak. Well, bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah, I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man. Fuck the cons and pros, and you claiming you a freak. Well, bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah, pussy little nigga, dollar bill Khalil at it again. Say you ain't having my money tomorrow, I'm calling my shooters and sending them in. Pussy nigga, fuck you, got no love for you. We ain't even finna see the pretend. I'm the type of defense and you don't try to question a nigga. I sit back and grin, paint a picture like the storyteller. My Alaska bitch say I'm the coldest ever. That's in any weather. Yeah, that pussy good, but your sister's better. You can't fuck in my car, hold that Prada leather, and I'm very clever. She wanna be my new Cinderella. Get what I told that hoe, probably never. But she know I like my wing lemon pepper, and I getting money in 3 ways. We ain't even draw the mid-tape. Got that money, you get switchblade. Just ask your hoe how my D-take. Casanova when it come to these bitches, been having these hoes since the 5th grade. You say you the plug and I'm fucking your bra. We setting you up for a quick. Okay, now I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man. Fuck the cons and pros, and you claiming you a freak. Well, bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah, I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man. Fuck the cons and pros, and you claiming you a freak. Well, bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah.
slow ass.
Right.
And we are back with Melanination. Don't forget to call us in with the phone number, which is this time
334-569. Wake your punk ass up.
Oh no. Alright. 334-569-9728, which is also 334-56. Wake your punk ass up. WYPAU.
Wake your punk ass up.
Oh my god. But we had a question from a viewer.
Okay, so the question that was asked was, would you change your appearance for a job? And if you guys could all individually answer the question, just, personal opinion about it, what you would do, that'd be great.
Okay. We can start with our audition. Your name?
Alright, well, I'm Joshua Robinson, and to answer that question, personally for me, no, I feel like my appearance is part of my personality and who I am, so if I'm going to be most comfortable in a job, I'm not going to change my personality, who I am. I just feel like if it's the correct job, the correct fit for me, I just want to remain that person.
Me, same thing. No, I would not change myself nor my appearance. You hired me. That means you saw who I was because I'm always myself. My work will get done and you will love my uniqueness. If not, then you shouldn't have hired me.
I'm gotta be different, y'all, because I love money. But I would say yes, because I'm that typical broke college student. And a lot of jobs that I have worked at, they've always told me, your clothes are too tight fitting, and I work some like good paying jobs. Like I'm not talking about no $7.50, $8.50 an hour. I'm about $15 an hour. Like I'm doing anything I have to for that money. I mean, I may change my appearance, but I'm still not gonna lose myself. I'm just doing everything I can to make sure I'm financially set.
Fuck no, because like it's not even just like my appearance is what makes me me. Like it's not just me. Like I think I'm pretty fucking cool and like as a person. So I mean, yeah. I think I'm a pretty like okay ass person. So I mean, of course I'm not gonna show up to no interview and like no. I mean, is that changing your appearance though? Like
yeah, with your piece of stain, yeah. It works.
I used to work at a summer camp. I wasn't gonna that work like this, but Google would have said me.
Yeah, I mean, at the point I'm at now, I'm not changing anything, whether it be my hair, facial hair, or anything. I'm gonna come in however I want to come in. And even if I
said no, never.
Yeah, no. If I end up getting a job that I want that's well paying, I'm cool with that because money ain't really important to me anymore. I don't need any of that.
Shit, I wish I was living like you because, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I haven't really come across that situation because, if you hear the way I talk, people have been telling me I talk, white my whole life or whatever. So it's not
a stereotype, everyone.
It is. It's just what, as an English major, standard American English versus African American vernacular English, and I got a little bit of both, but like the way I talk, I've always been this sounds wrong because there ain't no such thing as perfect, but I was kind of a perfectionist growing up, so I never picked up like I would always try to do whatever. This doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is when it comes to like
English class,
basically I was a little goody two shoes child and stuff, so I was just
But look though, you're gonna be making more money than majority.
But I don't like that. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of it. I feel like I don't want to have what I have at the expense of somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want you to hire me because you think that I am a better black person than the other people. You
because
know
your
what I mean?
name is Claire instead of Watermelon dress.
Well, right? And I mean, as a Naila, I can't really relate with that. But you know what I mean? Like, but it's I've never really had to change my appearance. I've kind of toned down my personality sometimes, but I'm not a fan of it, but because I haven't really had to change mine, it doesn't stop me from not wanting other people to change theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still try to like, if I can tell that somebody is trying to discriminate against somebody else because they're wearing this or they look like that, then I'm gonna say something about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I feel.
Well, the reason why I feel the way I feel, because it happened to me today. Like being as a server or whatever, making decent tips. Lil Becky and them can put on their little shorts, and as soon as a black girl with the a black girl shape come in wear her shorts, oh, you provocative. Yeah. So that right now at the point I'm in, like I said, I'm a struggling college student. I'm doing everything I have to get a coin besides sell my soul. But I'm doing everything I can to get a coin because I don't have that white advantage.
But putting on those shorts definitely make you look hella ratchet and thought like. So,
y'all, my sister had an internship over this summer with a bunch of white people. One of these white women asked her, because she was in like business professional clothing, and asked her on one of the first few days of the internship, "Did you have to buy a whole new wardrobe for this job? Did you have to? How'd you get your clothes?"
That's when I would have whooped her ass. I'm sorry.
I would have lost my internship.
That's
my money.
It's just, and like this, she didn't understand what she was saying. That's the most frustrating part of it, because my sister is sitting here like, I just want this paycheck. I'm trying to get this experience and get out of here. But like, you have to wrestle with that. How much do I say to them? Because she had gone off on a couple of these white girls before during the summer, you know, trying to like, you know, certain lines. But then it's the picking and the choosing, because you're trying to keep that check. It's the dealing with what this person is implying when they say, "Where'd you get all your clothes?" Like, what? And then what she's also saying is, clothing is another way that we separate us from you. You know what I mean? And I think it's stuff like that that's frustrating when you're dealing with white professionals.
Right.
So it's like when if we're trying to build community among black people, like how do we do a professional thing without bringing those standards into our spaces?
Okay, I do want to say one thing. We have some people on our own team playing dirty too.
Right.
Because City of Atlanta, they have the Atlanta Bar, which is the law firm up there. So I used to do it in court, mock trial, all that. And it's majority black, which is really cool, really diverse, especially for a law firm. But you have people in there that definitely used to check you on what you're wearing and put you down just as bad as they do, if not worse. And I actually had one of my supervisors tell me, well, it's because I want you to be better. Like, yeah, I'm hard on you, but, you know, they're going to be harder. And I'm looking at her like, but you're the worst one.
I was about to say, but do you feel like, in her saying that, because I feel like she's going to be more expressive, may become more expressive to you as a black woman or a black man and try to look out for you more than, let's say, if a white person sees you. They may make that internal judgment and they may act on in certain ways towards you, and you may not never know because they may not confront you about it or they may not say anything. So do you feel like in that, I feel like, because many times, you know, people of African American heritage or descendancy, they will go and they will hold a higher standard to our own people, not so much because we want to put them down, you know, more so than others.
It's
but
to build you up.
We know that, you know, others out there will be less expressive maybe, but they're going to put you down even more harsh with their actions, you know, and maybe backroom comments, backroom concerns.
Well, it could be a job offer you never got because nobody said anything to you, you know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong, I actually thought of that and I was like, okay, maybe she is trying to help me, but there's a level. There are definitely levels to every situation.
Right.
There's a level of helping me and, you know, teaching, our parents, like, I don't know about y'all, I got hella whoopings, like, per week. Like, but that made me who I am today, you know, and that's something I look back on, like, you know what, okay, she was doing this to keep me out of trouble. In this case, help was nowhere near it. Help was absolutely, if I tell you the things that this woman said to me, and to other people, to the little white kids too.
So maybe what happened is it could have started as a way to help black people in order to get us, like you think about the civil rights movement and people are dressing professionally and in business professional for a reason. Like they use that as part of the imagery of the civil rights movement. It was important, but then over time stuff gets, you know, the message gets switched, it gets bastardized.
Mixed in translation.
Right.
So do y'all feel like when it comes to certain situations in the professional world, do y'all think that we make ourselves our own worst enemy? Like when it comes to taking constructive criticism, whether it's by another, you know, like a black person that is higher up than you or either a white boss, do y'all think that we make ourselves our own enemy?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, for instance, like for me, because like I said numerous times, like I have a dominant attitude and I feel like everything I do, everything I say is right and is backed up by something. So somebody can come right now and critique me on my hair and I'll be like, there's nothing wrong with my hair, and I try to compare myself to everyone else, but in reality I'm only hurting myself because I can't take constructive criticism.
What? It's hard with that because as a black woman, compared to like how white men engage with this world, they will do anything like they know exactly what they're doing, all the confidence in the world. But if we do it, then there's a problem, and people they see that, and they will try to cut that shit down. You know what I mean? They're not a fan of it. So it's kind of hard to say like how much of our behavior are we supposed to adjust when they aren't doing it. You know what I mean? So I think there's something powerful about, you know, not being completely palatable and just like doing what you were doing, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, it's like trying to weigh the pros and cons of that when you are trying to keep your money, you know, get some upward mobility.
I mean, I feel like at times we are our own worst enemy, though. It may not necessarily be when it comes to the workplace, but period, just in life. Like, a lot of our slang and things and the negative words we use upon each other, like, it comes from us, you know? Like, first of all, I had no clue what thought meant until I got to Tuskegee. No clue.
That whole over there.
No clue.
You from Georgia, though.
I mean, but you know, even growing up in the South Side, my mom didn't let me outside. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. My boyfriend lives in Gwinnett, which is an hour north of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I was never really... Tuskegee was a culture shock, a huge culture shock for me. Mm-hmm. But, like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, I feel like we sometimes do make ourselves our own worst enemy. We put a lot of the things that make us angry and make us mad out there. We create a lot of those terms.
We have a call, you guys. Oh, we have a call. Okay. Well, hello.
That's cool.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Just fine.
All right. What do you have a question?
Yes, I understand you all having a discussion. I was trying to get in on it on my computer about how young black men should dress going to work. Mm-hmm. And I understand that you're trying to put it as a black and white issue of how they should dress. You should dress properly when you go to work, regardless of race. And I don't think some things you just have to leave the race issue out. It should be a matter of self-pride and dressing as you would want people to accept you in any situation. And you just can't go to work any type of way, wearing anything that you feel like it. It's not that type of workplace in most instances today. If you have your own business or whatever, maybe you can be a little lax on it. But if you're going out in the real working world and want to be successful, you must dress for success all the time. Because you never know when you're going to meet someone that can further you in your in your career, way to go get to the top of the so-called ladder today.
Okay.
In the workforce.
Okay, so I think there are a couple of things that you said that we should talk about. Yes. When we are dressing professionally, a lot of times I think we kind of understand that professionalism wasn't really made for us by us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you have something?
Yeah, I just feel like, and she spoke something really distinct. She said it shouldn't be about race. I don't feel necessarily it's all about race. I feel actually it's more about like culturally and like in terms of our age range, because for us, we look at, you know, professionalism from a certain standard, like, you know, a collared shirt and some slacks. We see someone dressed like that, that's totally past. But maybe for someone in a different age range, they see that as, oh, you're kind of dressed down, because maybe individuals growing up during their time, that was kind of their common everyday wear. So I feel like it's really subjective if any sort of like, oh, dressing professionally, like, depends on who you're dealing with. Because this summer I went to, and thank you for that call, by the way. I went to California and I got the chance to tour Facebook, and everyone there, it's a professional setting, but everyone there is wearing t-shirts and jeans, and they're really laid back, and they're not, you know, really pushy or anything
it's
like
completely
that.
subjective, because, I mean, it's okay, dress professionally and, you know, you want to look nice. Well, let's say I was Pakistani, and my formal wear in my country is a sherwani or whatever garment. And so to me, that's the most professional thing I can wear. That looks the best in my culture. If I come over here, it's like now I'm going back to the white standard of what's professional and what looks nice, because that's what they want us to do.
Right. So it's not a racial divide. It's more of a it's cultural, and it's a standard that wasn't set in place by us. Is why we probably said we were using white people, so much. It's a standard that white men rather that they have set. And also, you say, dressing successful, like dressing for success, quote, as you stated, will get you places. I mean, well, I know plenty of, I'm not trying to offend or anything, but I've seen plenty of idiots wear suits. And I've seen plenty of geniuses walk around in Wrangler jeans and thrifted t-shirts. So I think that it should be, a meritorial standard and not so much an aesthetic thing.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say... thank you again for the call, by the way, because I think this helps to bring up a few important topics. But I feel like...
I have a question.
Oh, we have another question?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well...
Okay, so this person asked, or said... one day I was at work and a white coworker had the nerve to tell me that she liked me because I wasn't loud like most black people. I'm the only black person at my job. How do I survive in these type of spaces? I want to go off, but I don't want to lose my job.
I can help on that question because I can understand how you feel. I mean, at my job, I'm not the only black person, but I am the black person that stands out the most. And it's basically because I voice my opinion, and I feel like I can relate to you because I know you're there because you need the coin. But the only way you can do it is just basically, it takes a lot of prayer to deal with a lot of people that want to demean you about you not being so black or you being too black. You just basically, I'm not saying just necessarily take it, but you got to let them know, you got to set a boundary. You got to say, hey, I don't like, that comment you made. That was very... discriminate. Yeah. I mean, you just have to let them know, and then again, just walk off, but you don't want to say too much to where you're putting your job, at stake. And then sometimes, some bosses may do something about it. Then again, if they're a man and they're white, not something, they're not going to do nothing but say, you need to call corporate. But if it gets too out of hand where they still approach you about you not being too black or just making racist comment, period, maybe you better contact corporate and get that shit. I'm just saying.
And I hate that. Oh. Okay. And I hate that black women especially feel like they have to censor themselves when they're upset because of this whole angry black woman stereotype that whenever a black woman, has an opinion, then she automatically has to be brash. So I hate to say, state your opinion though, but using it like white code. Just be like you said some fucked up shit. Becky, you really said something that really just rubbed me the wrong way. Or,
yeah.
Either that or you can turn comments back on people. Shade is always
nice and
it's free.
Yeah. Well, you don't smell like wet dog like most white people.
Oh, now that's a good one though.
That's
not
rude.
Oh,
that's
just
not
rude.
I'm not saying I'm very blunt, so.
I agree. It works.
I thought that also goes to the person as well. Like, you know who you are. You don't want to be enslaved to your own self for some money either. So if you get to the point where you know you about to burst and you can't look at Becky's face for 2 more days, 2 more minutes, then maybe that job may not be in God's plan. Sometimes it's not always in.
Call HR first.
Exactly. Wait, maybe
it's
not
corporate.
Well, I say
get it on the record.
I say that just because I know my boyfriend had an instance at work with his white coworker, and the coworker actually told the customer that he was like, "Hey, don't you look like OJ?" First of all,
okay,
exactly, like that's not okay. So, and he's done it multiple times. So my boyfriend's really cool, really calm, really chill. He's not going to address it. He's like, get this money, and let it ride. Me, I would be out of a job. Yeah, so I really just think it depends on you. If you can put up with that, if you can get away with being nice, nasty, and being slick, try it. But also know, Becky probably sucking what's his name dick. So if you nice nasty to her, you might lose your job anyway.
But they love nice nasty. That's all they do.
That's all they do.
Exactly. They don't like their own medicine. You can't. Sometimes you can't give it back to them.
They'll just keep playing with you though. They do know.
Now, see,
Unless you said something that really hurt their feelings, they not playing no more.
I can go on with the shade, but then it's gonna take little white Becky to keep on. And her shade's not funny, but my shade get a little loud. And then she gonna say that sometimes y'all got that one little Becky that be like she's a bitch, and that's when I come out and you're a wet mutt, and I'm gonna be done with it. But that's why I said I have to work on it. But
so don't do what she does.
You don't have to be any more uncomfortable than they are. You don't have to be uncomfortable just because they are not considerate of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to my sister Candace, also a co-founder of Melanination. We were trying to teach me that lesson. Like, if a motherfucker is making you uncomfortable, then let them know that shit. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it in a way that's going to jeopardize your job if you really want to keep that job. But and if you don't want to keep it and you want to go somewhere where they're going to treat you better, then do that. You know what I mean? It's just up to you. How much you want that job? How much you want that check?
If it's $20 an hour, I'll be whoever Becky want me to be too. I ain't gonna say hello, but if it's $7.50, I'm out.
Fuck that job.
I'm out.
Nah, not for bro. I'm not changing.
There's
not
so
even
much.
for 20. Not even for.
There's
I don't
so
care
much
how much
money out
money.
there
I'm not
to be
changing. Like I'm.
I mean, I ain't saying change, but if Becky want to tell me I look like Oprah Winfrey on a bad day, then hell, I
Is that hold on? Is Becky
like,
giving me my check?
No, Becky just a bitch that's there too, trying to get a coin.
Yeah, I mean, you can say whatever you want back. Personally, I'm that person. Like usually, people don't say shit around me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a vibe I give off, but people just know not to say some shit because I'm gonna spark back. Like most of the time.
I can't even want to trust them.
Right.
I just don't care.
You like Shirley Temple.
All right. So, based on what it means to be professional, first of all, what do we think it means to be? What does professional look like? Like to us?
Michelle Obama.
Amen.
Okay. Michelle
Oprah
Obama.
Winfrey.
Oprah.
I just, like I said earlier, I feel like it's something subjective to whichever environment you're in. Like, it's you meeting the standard of, everyone else in that environment and acting in a respectful manner towards everyone else.
So, for the career fair, what did y'all wear?
I didn't participate in the career fair.
What would you wear?
But if I participated, I would have to, stray away from dresses and skirts because, I got a little, I'm kidding. But anywho, I would have wore a decent, pants, suit, a little button down, but, with a little vest. I would have had, my little business pad and my little, MK bag with me. And I'm like, hi, how are you? My name is Sabria Williams. I'm a social work major, and I'm interested in your corporation today and helping y'all out. That's how I would have presented myself.
I wore a tight button-down shirt from H&M. Y'all can't tell, but I got double D's and they were showing that day, and I did not care. And I had some pants from Old Navy and
not the pink.
You saw me. I did the test.
What the hell?
Go ahead,
It's
though.
crazy.
And they was gargling my balls, like what? And I was myself, like
gargling your balls
because they loved me, like
they were on dick, girl.
On her dick. Okay.
Because I was myself, and I pulled out my resume, and they was like, oh, you about your shit. So I mean,
that is true. Like me personally, it'd be like a suit and tie.
Like
However, I just feel like I wouldn't look at anyone, or I wouldn't feel uncomfortable if I wore just like a nice button-down shirt and slacks and dress shoes as well. Because I feel like I say, it's also type of like vibe you give off, like so much you're saying, type of vibe and the person you are, and what you kind of mentioned as well, that will add to your appearance. So if you're a person that, let's say, maybe speaks less, maybe then you go for more of a suit and tie to show that you're more serious. But if you're more of an outgoing person that can really convey your professionalism. You can go without a tie and a nice button.
Wear some colors and everything.
Your resume is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
hey, wait, can I give a shout out to my bro Chubb because he went in there.
Shouts out to Chubb with the
He
turban.
had on jeans, a polo shirt, a turban, and some moccasins. And they were asking for his resume.
Hey,
Shouts out
He
to
was
my
smooth.
dude, Chubb.
He was I told y'all, like, professionalism, like the idea of it all together, how you're supposed to dress, what you're supposed to wear, it's all changing. And that is like the modern day, business attire.
Actually,
Especially with tech. and stuff like that. You can do some. Go ahead.
No. I didn't mean. I was gonna say last year at Nesby at the career fair, at the national career fair, there was a student from Tuskegee. He wore like a Tuskegee varsity jacket and like I think had a tie under it, but it was like with jeans. But he actually got an internship at Tesla, and one of the main reasons they pointed out was like, hey, I really like your like letterman. They started speaking to him. They realized he was a very like different individual, you know, who really could contribute to the company. Different than someone just coming there with a casual, you know, suit and tie.
Right.
It's energy. If they see that you're comfortable and you're putting out that you're just a true individual and you attract their eye, that's really one of the main things. Because when it's somebody who stands out to you, you're naturally going to want to speak to them and be like, so who are you? What do you do? Where are you from? You know, why are you the way you are? Kind of, you're interested. And then, you know, if you're smooth with it, you can just add in and be like, oh yeah, pull out the resume, tell them what you do.
Yeah, I agree.
So, real quick, when it comes to how you act professionally in a job, some of these comments that we've heard today coming from white people in the office wouldn't really qualify as professional. So,
black people don't have consequences.
Yeah, they have white privilege.
Professionalism is for people who have a standard to reach. White people are the standard. They have no standard to reach. They don't have an idea of what professionalism is.
You're a genius.
So
we got one more question.
Caller. Hello, caller.
Hi. Yes, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to ask the panel all of your opinions on. Do you think professionalism should be linked to one's own conduct while on the job or one's own appearance?
Repeat the question. Kind of elaborate on it for us.
Say that again, ma'am.
Can you elaborate for us real quick?
Or
repeat it?
Yeah.
You gotta take out your notes.
Hello? No, he's still there. Hello, caller, can you hear us? Oh, yeah, go.
I think what he was saying is professionalism how you act or how you dress.
You here to do the job.
Act or dress?
Act.
Unless you're a model, your appearance should have nothing to do with.
If you're productive and you're not coming in here with sweatpants with a pizza stain, no offense, pizza stain on them, your last week's Chinese smelling like you hopped out of a dumpster, I feel like it's what the caller previously said. Like, it's your sense. Like, what do you deem as being professional? If you think it's the button down, the cute little button down from H&M with your little loafers and your nice socks, and you look nice, you look not Sunday's best, but you look clean. Mm-hmm. You look appropriate for where you're heading to. Mm-hmm. And your work is done. If your work is immaculate, like I said, personally, I don't care what you do. If you can bring in my team $2 million from one deal, I don't care if you fucking Obama himself. You are my new best friend. You have a job for life.
Thanks for the call, by the way, caller who hung up.
Yes, thank you. I miss you.
To me, it's definitely how you act. Because what I see professionalism as is it transcends like what the way you dress or where you come from. It's about when you're doing your work. Let's say you work in sales or you're dealing with a customer. Do you treat that customer with respect and try to cater to that customer, or are you automatically disrespectful before you even say something? Mm-hmm. To me, that's what I feel like professionalism is.
I feel like it's a combo. I feel like depending on if you're not dressed for a certain occasion, then that will turn people off before you even open your mouth. I've been at a job before, and it was like a fast food job, and this woman walked in with some like hot pink 6-inch heels or whatever, and some jeans, some skinny jeans, and it was just like the boss looked at her like, oh, before they even got to the interview. I mean, she didn't get the job, and it's stuff like that where I don't know how her interview went, but you could tell like before he even made it to her that she wasn't about to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the situation and the person. Right. So
yeah,
I agree.
So, you guys, I think it's time for us to start wrapping it up. Mm-hmm. Are there any remarks that you guys want to leave people with?
Everybody watching, you're gonna get a job. leaving you.
Everybody's gonna get a job.
Everybody's gonna get a job or an internship.
And a well-paying one.
A well-paying one. We don't. Our talents aren't free, honey.
Oh, the giveaway. So
everybody, we're doing a Halloween giveaway, October 31st. You need to be subscribed to all our social media websites.
Was it Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube?
Right. So Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. We're thinking about developing a Facebook page. We'll let y'all know if that comes soon as well. But basically, on this video, you need to comment your IG or Twitter name, and we're gonna do a drawing. Some of the things that we got is a $20 gift card, well, gas card actually, a basket of candy, and a $25 Sephora card. Now, girl, you know you love you some Sephora, and boy, you know you want some punani
highlight, girl.
So
you want trophy highlight.
You know you want that lipstick shade, girl.
Right.
Y'all gotta appeal to them men too. Like,
oh, y'all know y'all want
and
some.
You gotta drive to get
time.
You gotta.
I mean, if your girl, you know your girl will give you some punani because she
look. You doing 80
to
60? How you paying for that gas?
Exactly. Y'all, I drive from Tuskegee to Auburn faithfully almost every 3 days. Y'all, and the nigga ain't trying to give me no gas, so I'm trying to get that gas card. So
yeah, so subscribe to our pages.
Oh yeah, another thing, all TU students, whether you live on or off campus, y'all got to get these decals. TUPD starting tomorrow is not letting you on campus if you do not have a decal. So
that ticket's $65.
Yeah, so that means as soon as you get that ticket, no, you gotta pay it. If you get a ticket, because they're writing down tag numbers, so they're getting really smart. So if they have wrote you a ticket this week, you have to pay that $65 ticket plus that $75 for that decal. And from my understanding, that decal is about to go up because a lot of students do not have it. So y'all please handle y'all business.
Once again, thank you guys who called in. Thank you for participating. Don't forget to subscribe. And shout out to Tuskegee Virtual. Thank you for the studio and for the equipment. Thank you so much. Y'all tune in to Channel 19. And I think that's about it. So I think we're going to wrap it up for today and see us next Tuesday at 7. We'll let you guys know what the topic is. Check you soon.
So bye.